I'm dreaming of a white doo-doo Christmas where I don't get a Omicron. Stay my ass at home, doo-doo, and all alone, and not doo-doo buying presents for anyone. Ladies and gentlemen, this is The World According to Kyle podcast. How's it going, everybody? That will conclude the written portion of the show. It's pretty much all free-flowing. From here, I just figured a nice little, Christmas, Omicron jingle, might be just what is right for this moment. How you doing, everybody? How are you? I hope you had a tremendous holiday. Oh, in case you heard that is a podcast not being sponsored by Hawafsian Kingsville Canadian IPA. Americans and good IPA, you don't know anything about this, okay? This is actually a fucking terrific beer, if I do say so myself. It's nice to have a nice little IPA every now and then to, I wouldn't want to get, super smashed off of an IPA, but having a good IPA to kind of cleanse the palate from your humdrum fucking go-to that you're gonna drink the entire pitcher of for the remainder of the evening. It's nice to have a nice little flavorful palate cleanser. This one they say it's has a hazy straw appearance and a rich bready aroma, clean, bright carbonation with nuances of banana and clove spices. Now, as I said, you do not want to pound back a pitcher of this, but it's a nice little palate cleanser every now and then. Am I right or am I right? Anyways, I digress. This is a World According to Kyle podcast, aka TWA2K. How are ya? If you wanted to follow me anywhere else, you can catch me on YouTube at Kyle Max. You can catch me on Instagram at KyleMax86. You can catch me on Twitter at Kyleverse. You can catch me on Facebook at Kyle Max. And you can catch me on Reddit at TWA2K. That is where you'll find all of the fabulous content that I'm gonna share with you on the show. If you, because sometimes I'm thinking more and more as the show develops, and I get it onto video, I will have most of the show will be me going through internet posts and things that are available online, and kind of going through them and showing you the bits and pieces through them and giving you my takes. That's the future of the show. This is the present, motherfucker, and this is just a fucking podcast. So you'll have to bear with me while I'll try to describe to you the best way that I can that if I have a subject that's here, or if I have something that I'm directly referring to, and I will I'll try to offer you the best possible way which you can find the link for now until we begin to be a little more refined. Just the final. I haven't even fucking tasted my beer yet. You guys gonna give me a minute? Oh, glorious. Oh, you can really tell the fucking subtle, banana hints. Man, that's really good. Like I said, Americans, you know nothing about fucking good IPAs. You don't even know how to make a good fucking basic beer. Don't even come at me with any, yeah, I'm sure your IPA is real great, bro. Okay, so, Christmas. I hope you guys all had a wonderful, holiday or, Merry Christmas. I have just been noticing, at least in my neck of the woods, that I would probably just declare the war on Christmas officially over here. It's weird because, like, I'm like, living out in the Toronto area. I'm like probably like, the 1 out of 10 white boy going into most of my situations, yet everybody who's coming up to me is wishing me the Merry Christmas, and then I'm the one who feels like we're like, yeah, happy holidays and Merry Christmas, like, I'm the one who should have to I'm the one who should have to, not say Merry Christmas when literally everybody else is saying it to me. It's just funny, but I mean, hey, white people problems, am I right? Having to say Happy Holidays first instead of Merry Christmas because you don't know if that's if that's the actual religion. Wow, I mean, if I could, I'm sure you would not wish my problems upon anybody. Yeah. So I would like to declare the war on Christmas officially over. It's just I don't know what the war was and who and how it was won, but. I'm pretty sure it was over. So it might have been over to begin with because it wasn't even a fucking real thing. Okay, so I have been really stoked lately. Man, you can really tell the fucking subtle banana taste on that. So I've been really fucking stoked for. Especially this holiday because, at my work we do these Christmas raffles where there's they have X amount of dollars and gifts donated to them, and it's actually pretty good. Like on most normal COVID years, there's like some TVs and some Leafs tickets and shit like that. I won Leafs tickets in one of the raffles a couple years ago before COVID, but when the Leafs were playing, I had to sell those tickets for COVID, and I bought Tame Impala tickets, and I'm still fucking waiting for them to come. They just announced that they're coming in, I think, March. So hopefully that concert goes down, because it would have been like the one fun thing I did in the last 2 years. Fingers crossed. You want me to get any fucking booster vaccine fucking shit I need? Fucking boost me up. I don't give a fuck. I'm not missing this concert if it's if it's in my hands to be able to see it. Anyways, I digress. That was the past raffle. So this raffle, there wasn't the good stuff there was because it's COVID and our company's taking a bit of a hit, so there wasn't like the TVs or these crazy electronics products. There was some decent electronics. There's some decent. I was actually hoping to get. They had some Sony wireless noise canceling headphones, and I've noticed from people who showed me that Sony headphones are usually the best. Now, I happen to break my headphones quite a bit, I'll be surprised if either by me bending the wire or by the intensity of the music that I listen to, that normally they're usually broken within 2 months. So I find that Sony products for listening are very so the thing is, they have the with the headphones, I noticed where they have when when it goes to be a wire, it's like the bridge of the wires, where the wire is like with the coating, right? And then there's like kind of like the bridge of the wire before it becomes like the plug, right? So it, like Sony's, they curve theirs, which I find like a lot of them go straight up, right? Where it's like like a rock hard fucking like schlong, but it's but it's your headphones. But it's a plug where your headphones, yeah, I mean, it's the most simple analogy I can think of. I apologize. So so the ones that go straight up are like so it just, I find the wires maybe distort. It's either that or it's my music. But I found with the Sony fucking with Sony headphones that it's a lot better in that they don't break as much. Whether it's because instead of going straight up, they curve it to a side, which is that's how it's best for your wires to be, so that they don't get disentangled where you're curving it to one side or the other, because there's really nothing to protect it when it's kind of like straight up poking like a fucking antenna or something. When you flush it to a side, like that's the side that your phone is angled towards, and so it's not like gonna like wiggle the wire too much. So maybe that has something to do with it. I don't fucking know. Either way, I find that they break the least. I find that, like, if I have a pair of headphones that goes, beyond 2 months, is usually an accomplishment. So I was kind of hoping in this Christmas raffle to get one of those. They had like a JBL. A set of JBL headphones, like the earbud types, and then they I didn't know if they're wireless or not. It didn't matter. So they have these names, all of the names of the staff of our work, and they call them out, and it was getting like to maybe the fifth pick, and then they went 2 people before me, and I was like hoping that I get picked in this time so I can grab with the headphones. So boom, it goes. The 2 people before me go headphones, and then so I'm there and I'm just like, okay, what do I do? So there was a Google Nest got taken beforehand, and then there was I had some other various electronics like a Fitbit, and we had the joke of the office is that you can tell it's the worst gift on the table when everybody keeps angling you to try and get that gift. When it was like, I hope you don't get the sausage griller when they go up. So you can always tell that is the nut low of of the office raffle. So there are a few other things, a few other electronics. I think there was like I think there was like I said, there was a Fitbit. There was a wireless speakers, which I had already won wireless speakers from them like one of the prior years. So I decided to go a little off the board, and I went with a food basket. And oh man, it turned out to be so good. It was such a good idea. Like they had it was like from like a Whole Foods or something. And it just had just a nice random assortment of all this like good shit, like, and like so they had like these like popcorn, which was like cheddar, plus like it had caramel, like it was caramel and cheddar popcorn mixed together. They had like a peanut brittle. They had these little pita like flatbreads where in marinara sauce, and I had some like cheese left over. So I did little flatbread pizzas. They had the Lavazza Italian gourmet fucking coffee. So my roommate had a French press, and I had some of that, and oh man, like it's a very estimated thing how good like a good food basket can be, like especially when they're from one of these like gourmet grocery stores, or like high end grocery stores like the Whole Foods, Fortino's, real Canadian Superstore, like good shit, like so like like especially with all the food price inflation that's happening, like the basket was probably like at least worth like $200 worth of like all this good stuff. And like I could have got like a Fitbit, or I could have got these other things, but I'm just like, man, I'm gonna just be eating well throughout this Christmas holiday, and it was definitely the right pick, even though essentially all my everything I want is gonna end up in the toilet. But it was good. It was a good adventure there, and like and y'all don't know anything about this if you're not from Toronto, but Fortino's is fucking great, and I can't wait to go there and get these little odds and ends for. So what happened was that I got the basket, and then they saw I was really happy about the basket. I'm like, oh yeah, all this stuff I got this marmalade, and I'm gonna and the cream cheese, and I'm gonna put it on. Like I was just really stoked, because normally what I do on Christmas is that I realize, oh shit, nothing's open, and then I have to get takeout from the nearest Chinese food place. So I'm just like, oh shit, I'm actually gonna eat well on a Christmas. This is such a fucking good idea. So so what happened was that somebody saw that I was like so infatuated with like the idea of getting like a food basket for from the raffle, and then she's like, man, like so my son-in-law is he is a security guard for these condominiums that and like, man, he just like gets like fucking like 5 or 6 of these. I was like, I can give you one. And I'm just like, sure. So I ended up getting another food basket on top of the food basket I won. Like, I'm sitting here with like fucking $500 worth of groceries going like, okay, what's my next move? I like trying to like kind of fill out all the what I have with what I need to get and the meals to make, and so it's kind of fucking good. Like, Christmas baskets and like food baskets are definitely a really underrated thing to get for Christmas. Like, I mean, a lot of people do not eat this good in like an entire year. In an entire year, I swear. I mean, like a good food basket like has literally like has literally is making me feel like I can conquer the world right now, which is a good thing, because I have this fucking podcast. Now, I didn't want this to be too much of a Christmas centric TWA2K, but I do want you guys to check something out. And Reddit /r/next fucking level. And if you want to search for it, it's a Christmas advertisement from well, because that's how they would say it, because it's a British supermarket, so they would not say advertisement. They would say it's a British advertisement from a British supermarket, and r/next fucking level. It was around Christmas. It was definitely on Christmas Day. So here, let me just fire this up and we'll just kind of watch it. All right, so, they're mimicking when it was Christmas Day during World War II when, somebody throws up their hat and puts their hands up, and and then everybody's ready to shoot, and then they're kind of looking at each other and they know it's Christmas Day, right? So this is simulating the events that happened during World War II, where, if you didn't know, there was this one year where the German and the American and Allied forces celebrated Christmas together. It's really, it's a 3-minute long, this is what Christmas is about type of video clip, where you just saw how powerful that Christmas was, and it had the power to make two sides that were ready to kill each other, even if it was just for that moment, that they were ready to celebrate together. Absolutely, if you do not shed a tear during this, then you're a fucking demon, probably. But and that's what Christmas is about. It's and if it wasn't for that moment, who knows if we would even be celebrating right now. There was also there's also an implication at the end of the commercial, as I'm watching it, that they gave the codes to be translated from to crack the German codes that they were sending to each other over the radio. So there was the implication that that the codes were transferred on Christmas Day. So, wow. So you want to fill yourself up with the spirit of Christmas. Watch that and be thankful to be fucking alive right now. Wow. So, and on a much more disconnected level from what was going on there. I know you anti-vaxxers might feel that's what you're going through right now, but that's just a thing you fucking came up with inside your head. But on a much more reserved level than that, as I regain my composure, that Christmas right now is more I love this time of year, just because it's even though everybody kind of has their own little holiday around now, and it's just everybody's just nice to each other, and you just go that you just appreciate each other a little bit more, and that's what, and for me that's at its brass tacks what Christmas means for me. And but I kind of understand the war on Christmas in a sense, where, well, the fake war that they thought was, but it's just what Christmas was turned into was kind of just a corporatized mockery of of what Christmas actually means, and being good to each other, and just not being a piece of shit to each other like we are so much, and to just give people a break, and be nicer than you should, even though you know that nothing is different and nothing is gonna change. To just a time to just be nicer than you should, and appreciate and have gratitude for the things that you do have. Now, it took me a while to get over this. To not feel like I've like some of the, like, before I kind of got off on my own, Christmases were the worst time for me, because like it was always like you're playing catch up to other people and other families, and you're never gonna have what they have. It was just such a it was such like a, for me when I was younger, and when we had more, when we were struggling to grow up with more kids than most people had, that like it was always just such a needless reminder of the status, your status in life, and how hard it is going to be to overcome it. And if anybody is going through that right now, I definitely sympathize with you, and just know, and just try and take the good things about it into consideration. And if you watch that if you go on to that r/next fucking level Reddit on Christmas Day, where there's a British supermarket that did an advertisement about the events that took place on that Christmas Day. You might feel a little bit differently. Hopefully you feel a little bit differently, because I certainly did after I watched that. Wow, how do you transition from that? So I'm glad with the few subscribers that I have. Obviously, this is not a finished product. I'm looking forward to advancing this into the new year, and getting these videos so you guys can live react. Quite frankly, I have like a lot of stuff to like when I come out with my shows, like, for the most part, I have a lot of stuff that I skip over that, and like kind of have to make sacrifices for on the go, because I'll realize like I'm just getting like the things that I talk about seem to go a little bit longer, and then they bleed into other subjects that I wanted to talk about, and so I talk about them as well. So it would be so in the future, for future World According to Kyle's, we're gonna get video going. We're gonna get video on board. Trust me, within this next year sometime. I know what I'm gonna do. I just do not. Just getting the time to do everything. I'm such a fucking busy guy, but this podcast is going really well, and we're gonna get it going. And one of the core reasons that I really need to do this podcast is that I feel like I gotta just erase a lot of the Kyle stereotypes that are around. Like, I feel like Kyle is like, I fear that Kyle is like gonna become like the male Karen of like millennials if I don't do something to set myself apart. That or maybe I am part of the equation I don't know. Either way, we're gonna see this one through to the end. I I do like Red Bull and punching walls from time to time, but I mean, I feel like anybody can be pushed to those type of levels if the circumstances pushed you there to begin with. So yeah, I just wanted to eliminate some of the, or not eliminate, but just kind of, I wanted to, be my own Kyle, because like when people like, oh, yeah, Kyle, okay, yeah, I know what's up about I've heard, So I mean, at least I would like to verbally detail my sort of my thoughts before this starts to become a thing of its own too much. So that way, at the very least, that there was some there's some semblance of a Kyle who is going to really take the reins on this and hopefully not give it too bad of a rep. You know what I'm saying? I feel like Kyle Swag's good right now, though. Like I'm not. But I mean, you never know, man. We could veer into that Karen territory. You never want to take anything for granted too fucking long. Yeah, at least for like 1 week. Okay, maybe I'll take it for granted and just enjoy it for a little bit. But after that, it's all fucking business. It does not take long. What did the CEO for Pfizer say? It said reputation is lost in buckets and gained in drops. Boom! That is I would drop this mic, but it's very expensive, so I ain't dropping this shit. But that is a very true statement. So you might as well fucking drop it early, am I right? And then fucking the earlier you drop it, the better. The better, as long as you got the right discipline and the right to make sure all the droplets are getting inside of the bucket and you're not dropping it. Now, I hear a lot, and I would like to preface this by saying that I do not have any political affiliation. I do not, I would consider myself not centrist either. I would consider myself just independent of the political process. And I do feel like the political process is incredibly irrational. It's not civilized. It needs reworking, and the fact that we could have like an infinite set of outcomes be determined by two random chance pulls at the ballot is uncivilized. It is undemocratic, and something better should be done. Now, I do not know what that something better is. I haven't seen it yet. And I feel like a lot of people that complain about what is going on right now should take that into consideration, but they don't. What do you have to fucking replace this with, okay? But I think what is true on both sides is that this is not working. It's not working. Having one choice of between a douche and a turd, that is not fulfilling me politically, okay? It might help fucking you promote people that maybe I shouldn't want, but ultimately I feel like it would be better for elections to be determined by people who know more about political science than those who don't. I feel like the way we do it right now is like we like to encourage people who don't know that they should feel like they know the right decision and vote, which is what we should be discouraging that. I mean, we should have it so that if you are that we should have it so that we want people who have some semblance of political science, who have some semblance of direction, if you would consider what is like political science and how hard it is to become like remotely well versed and know what's going on, I would say like if that is a barometer for if you should or should not be voting, I would say 5% of people should be voting right now. 5% of people should be voting right now. If you just considered that as a barometer, if you consider just streamline, mainstream, just the theoretical minimum of what you need to know to be able to be somewhat competent in political science, in the discourse of political science, to be relatively competent and to know just the base level shit, I would say 5 to 10% of people would be qualified to vote if that was the voting, if that was a barometer, if that was the level that you need to get above to be able to vote. I think that too many people vote. I think that too many people have opinions and that they shouldn't matter, and that I always kind of wanted a simple life, but it turned out that, I was kind of, I had just the right balance of shit where I was able to, make necessary pivots when and if I had to. But I would say by and large, like most people don't really have a fucking clue and don't have the ability to, or don't have, and it's hard for them to be able to study so much, to be able to know, to have for their vote to be able to count for something, and that it's not just a randomizer fucking chucking a fucking a poll into a bucket, So that being said, I feel like there's like two types of uses of the word woke being, and we've talked about this similar on my prior podcast with the terms gaslighting. I feel like there's like two types of woke being promoted right now. So like there's a good woke, and there's like a bad woke, like so, and a lot of people saying whoa, what's a good woke? And a lot of people are going, oh, woke culture, cancel culture. Okay, well, first of all, fuck you, and second of all, so there is a good woke, like okay, if somebody calls you like oh yeah, you're woke as a compliment, like so like if somebody who's like non-white says, oh yeah, you're pretty woke, and I'm just like, okay, that's cool. That just means like I'm not like a racist or chauvinistic douchebag. Like that's all I take that as. Like, oh hey, you think that things can be accomplished from people other than your own race, and that if your own like that you can derive good from things that aren't directly related to you ethnically. Whoa, woke. Like, I mean, okay, that like I'm not gonna take that as fucking slander, but and then there's like the woke that like the only side of the woke that the right promotes, right? Where it's just like, oh, if you don't zim zer me for like my 32 different pre-assumed genders, and if you don't like the type of woke that is just like, you cannot expect your average citizen to just be like, okay, yeah, I didn't even know I did something wrong, but apparently I did something wrong to you. The side of the right promotes all the time is that's all that woke is. So there are two different definitions of the term woke, and maybe both of them are not right. But the side that did get promoted first, because the right has always been reactionary to the left for the past little while. The right has been reactionary to the left. The left does something, or the left calls something out, and it becomes cool because it's what the fuck's happening is that we're becoming a less racist, we're becoming a more inclusive, we're becoming a more tolerant, fingers crossed, population, in that the right just fucking hates that. They like to feel like that cultural and ethnic identity is what made great countries, and is what made great people, and is what made great civilizations. But those can always get destroyed by one fell swoop. What is really different about excuse me for a second. What is really different about the U.S. and about how and about Canada also, Western, the Western Hemisphere, is that we are more tolerant. We accept people, and we want people to do their best, and we have a very minimal a minimal set of what you need to be able to do. Like, if you know how to be a good engineer and you know basic English, who gives a fuck, right? That is what immigration is, the backbone of what has made America largely successful. If you think, I don't want to, okay, there was, of course, the Constitution and the fundamental things of how they're doing things, none of which I would suggest have anything to do with anti-vaccination. But there's a fundamental way of how America is structured that facilitates this. But there's also the attitude of non-pompousness of the British. That is also the attitude of being accepting of others, not having it too hard for others to be able to fit in, because we want them to contribute, and that is a very lost aspect of this on the right. And I feel like you can feel two different ways about but to just sit here and generalize there are woke, and if I'm woke, then it means that I'm trying to cancel you. I don't give a fuck about canceling anybody. I am even of the opinion that YouTube and Twitter and fucking don't cancel the Alex Joneses. Don't cancel them. They're gonna fucking they're gonna get what's coming to them either way, because they're of what they're promoting. They cannot escape their demons. Trust me. But to just sit here and say I'm woke, so I'm trying to cancel you. No, I like being called woke. I like when a cute ethnic girl is saying I'm woke, and I bet you would like it too. But that's not the field that's not the field you're trying to play after. So whatever I mean, it's not like there's like, it's not like just being woke is such a bad thing. The greatness of a lot of the greatness of Canada and the greatness of the United States, the backbone is immigration and the fact that we come here for a better life. So keep that into consideration while you take steps to isolate and alienate others that unnecessarily when we don't need to do so, and further throwing up in the air the future of what makes what makes the West and what makes America in particular great. What a weekend. I've had so many days off in a row. I don't know what to do with myself, really. And so it was nice. It worked out, so I could really hammer home these podcasts. Now, I'm trying to figure out if Google is fucking with me or not. So I've had these situations with Google where I'm just like, do I believe them or do I not? Because sometimes you look up when they say the hours of something are, but they say, oh, these are holiday hours and they may vary. Okay, so. Now, just recently, I went on to, there's this payday loan agency that I use, and shout out to payday loan agencies, because without them, I would not, I don't know where I would be in the terms of crypto as I am now. So I'm going and I'm looking for this payday loan agency, and it says permanently closed according to Google. Money Mart is permanently closed. If that's wrong, you can suggest an edit. What the fuck? This was literally where I was going to I have to pay a ticket for running a red light. So that this is where, and of course our super advanced Canadian government, they do not accept Visa debit, so I have to go and load my money onto a fucking a card with with these loan services, and then I'm able to use it. So because that's so convenient. Thank you. So right now, is Google fucking with me or is it not? It says the site is permanently closed. Is it permanently closed or is it not? Do I trust Google? Do I don't? They say it's fucking snowing outside and it's raining. Fuck. I think I'm just going to go to another one because it's kind of in the neighborhood where I wanted to get groceries. So, it's tough, though, is when something's holiday hours and they say open, and you go there and they're closed. So, what the fuck? So, I really do not know. I really do not know what I should believe. But I do know that Google has made my life invariably better and less convoluted with minute data that I am freely able to do podcasts. So shout out to the Google team and Google squad. Oh, how you doing, everybody? That's great. It's good to know. You know what? One thing is on my mind is this motivational porn, this self-help fucking suck jobs. Do you guys get anything from this? I don't personally, but I got this weird thing where I actually smart people to like write books that I read, right? You know, where like I don't want like fucking Tony Robbins, you know, like or fucking like, you know, compound effect motherfucker to like write my book, where like I like smart people to fucking write my books, you know, people who fucking understand fucking you know. And even though I don't understand the shit they're saying sometimes, that's cool because they're fucking smarter. I don't want to feel like I'm smarter than the people who are writing the books for me. That like Jordan Peterson. I feel like Jordan Peterson like deliberately ignores science and like goes out of his way to ignore science so he can continue to believe the crazy shit that he believes. Like and like he is like almost seems borderline fucking sophisticated compared to like the motivational the power positivity the suck jobs that I see from day-to-day basis. Like if all that was required for you was to believe in yourself, then why did you need to read that? Like why did you, was that some, that kind of is a little bit of a red flag there. Like if all if all you ever needed to do was believe in yourself and you didn't, I would trust your opinion on, I would trust your opinion on your prior opinion anyways on that. And that's like, I mean, I think I talked about this multi-level marketing company that I was almost a part of this year that I just couldn't follow through on it. And it's weird. Like, I mean, how can you, like, look at these books and be like, yeah, these are truly edifying and this shit is helping me out, like, so fucking much. Like, yeah, The Secret and fucking... There is no fucking secret. That's the secret. You want to know the secret? There is no fucking secret. That's the secret. And once you fucking understand that, then get ready to fucking have your mind blown. Fucking fifth layer of fucking Inception shit, motherfucker. That is the real, like, you know, I think, like, you're hoping that there's, like, something that everybody else is missing, but there's not, really. There isn't. There is not at all. In that you just happen to be exposed to this information. No. You always want to assume that anybody who is telling you that is completely full of shit. And your life will be much better off as a result. Because even if there was that fucking one person who was actually right, you would have ignored so many other fucking people who were completely full of shit by that time that you would have got fucked over like 6 ways through Sunday before that actually got to the point where you were able to capitalize off of it. Okay? And yeah, with my MLM marketing, like, I mean, you probably see, oh yeah, he's an outgoing guy. Oh yeah, he could. No, people do not want to buy things from me. Like, I am not like a salesman. I was not meant to be a fucking salesman. I can fucking sell you something. But I have to fucking believe in it. That's for damn sure. If I don't believe in it, then I'm not going to be able to sell it to you. And that's certainly the case with my multi-level marketing experience, and why I just could not, like, give myself to that sort of thing. It was like, it felt very cultish. Like, and somebody was asking me about some of the negative aspects of multi-level marketing. I remember last time I was on, I just said, yeah, this didn't really work out, and it wasn't like, you know, and I told you some of, like, the things that might have attracted you to multi-level marketing, but it's just not my thing. And it's because I'm just like, Okay, so I'm that one guy. I'm that guy. This is the guy I am. I'm that guy at the, like, when you're trying to, like, if you're selling something to someone, I'm like that guy where I'm just like, I know fucking more about the product than you probably, and I'm going in there with, like, you know, say if I'm going in to buy a computer, you're not gonna be able to sell me on the Asus shitbook fucking nut pro that like that you want people to buy. I have a very specific set of what I want. It has to be this core. It has to be this many RAMs. It has to be solid state, etc. You know, etc. You're not gonna be able to sell me up on anything. So I'm always that guy. So I think people often confuse that with the sales ability, but it's only in my it's only if I am able to truly promote something that I will be able to promote it. I remember one time, like, when I first got into Toronto, one of my friends had me work for one of these advertising places where it's just like on the road advertising, where you're just trying to advertise something, and it happened to be something that I really liked. It happened to be Frank's Red Hot sauce, which I would like. I really loved Frank's Red Hot sauce, and it's like, you know, if I had to like get rid of ketchup and replace and only if I had to choose one condiment to have, it would probably be that. Okay, and so it was just kind of one of those you know, matches made in heaven where I did a really good job with it. But I mean, I could not do that for like a living. I could not be just like a shill for a living, and that is not what my channel is about. My channel is about approaching things as they come along, and what is you know, we're not gonna pigeonhole ourselves into a style. We're not gonna pigeonhole ourselves into a format. We're not gonna pigeonhole ourselves into topics. Like, I noticed, like, you know, the best and worst advice you'll get from people who are into crypto are people who have to talk about it every day. And when you're forced to talk about something, then you become a shill. That's when you become promoting things. That's when you stop being natural and like look. That's when you stop, like, you know, waiting for good things to come up and looking for things to come up that might be on the come up. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure you do. And if you don't, whatever, just act like you know. But either way, I think like that is not a direction that this channel is going to go to. Like, we're going to talk about crypto sometimes. We're going to talk about the world sometimes. We're going to talk about whatever is fucking hot. You know, we're not gonna genretize or then that is kind of what I want to be as a person. Like, one of the more impactful things that happened in my life was when I experienced a hard breakup, and then like I started to really become a generalist of sorts, and I started to like really crave to know about everything. Like, this was when like this was 10 or 15 years ago, when like the internet was like first starting to like, you know, go crazy, and you know, I went through this really tough breakup, which required many efforts to get out of, and where I was finally able to find solace and like not be able to be such a little bitch about and finally be able to let go, let's just say, in order to not convolute the message too much. In order to just be able to let go of what was going on, a big part of what substituted those the emptiness I was going through of always having someone and not having someone is that staying intellectually diversified enough where I could, like, I was like, when Wikipedia was coming up, I was like one of those people who was like first, like trying to I naively felt like I could learn everything in the world until I realized that that's courtesy of Ray Kurzweil. I realized that was a physical impossible endeavor to go on. So then I kind of fucking scaled that back a little bit. But I think that that I do not want to kind of pigeonhole myself into one way or the other. Some things we're going to talk about crypto. Sometimes we're going to talk a lot about sports. Sometimes it's this. Sometimes I always want to catch you off guard. I don't want to always catch you off guard, but there's always something that that is prominent that we should be talking about as it relates to us, as it relates to me, as I feel like is necessary to talk about. And okay, so yeah, so my MLM experience and some of the negative aspects that I had with it, it was very cult-like. Okay, so it was very like cultish in the sense that there was like, they wanted you to read these specific books. They didn't want you to think outside the box. It was weird because it's like, then it's like you also had to give them, you would also have to pay them like $300 like a month. And then that's the first thing he said to me when this guy that I met that wanted me to get into this when we were first doing it, is like, he's just like, yeah, you're gonna have to pay a lot to be in this. And like, seeing the types of books that they were shilling and the types, like, I mean, of their bookshelf, I seen one thing that like kind of like I was attracted to was the Jocko, one of the Jocko books. But other than that, it's all these like the compound effect. It's very simplistic shit. Like, the type of guy like me, like I do not need to think inside of structure. I can accept, like, I feel like if you have a certain level of understanding about how reality works, how probability works, the Copenhagen interpretation of reality, that you kind of just reach a point where you don't need systems to tell you how, like, that something is that you should stay, because you realize the bullshit inside of systems, that a system is only a certain way until it's not the prevailing narrative. And a lot of the true greatness from people and from other intellectually curious people is from people who accept uncertainty and the uncertainty principle. And like, I feel like if you want to make a statement about something that is either positive or negative, and it doesn't come from a background of uncertainty, and it doesn't come from a background of probability, and it doesn't come from a background of quantum mechanics, that it doesn't matter. You can say whatever you can say whatever you want. That is just a layer of bullshit that you feel is relevant on top of the core of really happening, and what is really reality, and what has been proven to be reality, and what is the acceptable scientific way of talking about these things. So that is my so that is where I am coming from. So if you want to, so people who say all the shit like about this sort of system, that sort of this sort of structure of thinking, like, just do not. Sometimes structure works good for people, but I would rather just, if I knew about the fact that if I knew, like, if I didn't believe so much in set guidelines, and you just realized and you just took the world for what it actually was, and if I just took the world for what it actually was, I would have been in a much better spot. Excuse me. I feel that probability and just general quantum mechanics and just quantum philosophy, the uncertainty principle, Schrodinger's equation, etc., should that those are a backbone for learning anything, really. Because if you don't start at those places, if you don't start at the place, like, we could be wrong if proven otherwise, that we are uncertain about something until we observe it. That if you don't come from that understanding right away, it makes the pursuit of knowledge less compelling and less worth pursuing. Instead, we should not try and pretend like we have all the answers, because clearly we don't. We might not even have the answers to get us out of this century, and all evidence indicates that we will not make it. It's going to require probably a monumental shift that is probably not possible without serious death and destruction. But so the way we can maybe even facilitate any hope whatsoever at that even happening is if we start at a background of not accepting, of that we do not accept things until they are proven. And that we have a background of uncertainty, and that maybe God did not, maybe God doesn't create dice, maybe God does not play dice, maybe dice just happen, and that's it. And that's the way you have to perceive things, because who knows what's on the other side. Nobody that I know has come back and say, hey, yeah, this is what's what. Be it we do not have the ability to observe that. So why comment on it? Anybody who tries to comment on it is charlatan, is full of shit, also known as. Anyways, guys, I feel like I've been rambling on for a while. We're going to cut this right here. I hope you enjoyed this Christmas special. I hope you enjoyed this TWA2K. I hope you will continue to enjoy TWA2Ks in the future. And that was The World According to Kyle podcast. Hope you fuckos liked it, everybody. Take care. Have a good New Year. Merry Christmas, everybody.